Good morning, afternoon, or night, everybody. It's Provinces here, back again with another video. I know it's been quite some time, but, well, I've been a little busy, been sick at times, and the times I could record my microphone wasn't working for some reason. But, global release is there, new people are joining the game, it's real, the need is real for another video, I feel like. So, what I will be doing today and in the upcoming videos is discuss how to play a specific type of ship. Today we will be doing the aircraft carriers using my USS Ranger. And you might be wondering, well, why start with the carriers? It's because I tend to get most questions about carriers. For example, a good friend of mine very recently asked me, dude, what do you think of carriers? I mean, carriers? I like them. I love them. Thinking of switching to them as my main source of entertainment in this game. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And he goes like, well, I think they're rather shite. So, in turn, I went like, well, what do you mean? Well, let me show you, he told me. So we teamed up, tier 4, where most people will get their carriers and their first experience playing them. And let's face it, Hosho and Langley aren't very good. But regardless of that, we jump into the game, and the first thing he does is sail backwards to the edge of the map, or even hide in the corner, as I have seen a lot of people doing in the past, and in recent days. I'm like, I see what you did there. And now I'm about to tell you, what did he do wrong? We'll talk about that in a second. First of all, I've picked for my USS Ranger the supplies of the extra AA ammo to prevent myself getting bombed by the enemy carrier, the refined aviation fuel to improve my air squadron speeds, and the supply pack so they can last longer. As for equipment, I'm currently carrying the carrier hanger modification number 3, with which gives me 10% extra capacity for all of my planes. I chose to, well, there's the choice of either picking that or the ground service system modification, in my opinion, because one of them gives you an additional aircraft, which might come in useful later in the game when you're busy fighting. There are a lot of cruisers in the game, and the enemy carrier player is trying to take down all of your planes while you're trying to get rid of his. Or, well, ground service modification number 1. Your aircraft will be in the air faster. Secondly, I've picked small caliber AA damage for the same reason as I've picked the AA supplies. I want to ensure that I will take down as many enemy aircraft if the enemy carrier finds me. So I take the least amount of damage, or he will run out of airplanes faster than I will. And lastly, I picked concealment system modification. Why is that? Well, unlike my good friend, I do not hide in the corner. Let me show you. Now while we're playing the waiting game, which of course is rather annoying, I'm really glad to see that a lot of people are joining the games. And I really do hope that people are enjoying them, because I really want to face off more often against real players instead of bots. So I'm actually hoping somebody is online with some actual experience, and if not, well, we're just going to show you what else to do. Yes, there we go. Unfortunately, we are facing only bots up to tier 8, it seems, but nevertheless, that does not present a problem. Okay, so first of all, battle is about to start. First thing I do is go to the overlay. Send my fighters first. Why do I do that? I use them to spot. With these things up in the air, I can get some early spots on the enemy ships. Let my team know where the enemy ships are, although since we're all facing bots, my team are all bots as well. And my dive bombers and torpedo bombers, right after that, are able to attack the enemies before a single shot has been fired. After that, I start sailing in the general direction of the enemy cap, usually at half speed. USS Ranger isn't the fastest carrier, but that does not matter. We're getting closer, so what you will see me do here is my fighters have been knocked out. I'll now use them to spot close by, keep enemies spotted. And I use my dive bombers to track the enemy ships, and my torpedo bombers, well, since they are the ones doing the most damage, I rely on them to do their job. We're not going to. There we go, first kill. Now, important to remember is that the dive bombers will actually track their targets, so as long as you do not forget to set them to track someone, that someone is going to die. Ooh, enemy carrier. Now, as for your torpedo bombers, those unfortunately do not track the enemy ships. Nice. Full torpedo strike on the aerial. Now, keep in mind that you have to keep adjusting the aim of your dive bombers if you want to have them deal damage properly and do not miss their torpedoes. Because it takes quite some time before your ships are prepared, your aircraft are prepared for battle again. So you have to make them count, no matter what you do. No torpedoes? Okay. As goes for all ships, it's of course important to ensure you aim your torpedo bombers with a given lead. As you have been seeing me do with that Benson just then. I aimed slightly ahead of it, and that ensured my torpedoes were going to hit the target. Nice. 3 bomb hits. As for my fighters, I usually use them to either spot or protect myself. Well, if you are about to die in a carrier, please send them to the next important ship on your team list. Stupid New Orleans. At least the cruiser is dead. Oh no, only 10 seconds. I can't hit him. Alright. Well, let's see the post-battle results. Hmm, only 50,000 damage. It's rather mediocre. But anyways, this video is simply meant to bring a point across. What you want to be doing in your carriers is not to sit at the back of the map. What you want to be doing is to sail close by, nearby to the enemy force, without actually being spotted, or with another ship nearby to protect you. Because, well, your carrier does have guns, but they're not very good. They're absolutely shite. Um, so a gunnery duel you're never going to win. But keeping your carrier nearby enemy ships does ensure you that your aircraft can reach the enemy quicker. They can return quicker. They can which means that they will be rearmed sooner, and which means you can do a lot more bombing runs than you would be able to do when you're camping in the back of the map. So please, everyone, quick summary: do not camp the back of the map. Start sailing. What I do, spotting with my fighter aircraft at the very start, might be a good thing to do, get some early damage farmed on the enemy ships. Your fighters are most likely going to die, especially if the enemy force has a lot of cruisers. But, well, at the end of the day, it's the amount of damage you do which brings in most cash and experience. So, keep sailing, keep the distance as small as possible, try not to get spotted, set your dive bombers to track the enemy ships, Keep your fighters to protect you or to spot an enemy ship and give a good amount of lead to your torpedo bombers. Not too much. And if you really want to, you can almost use them as dive bombers. Let them drop their torpedoes really close to ensure more hits. But it also does mean that your airplanes will be in the vicinity of the enemy anti-aircraft guns for a longer period of time. So they are more likely to get shot down if you do so. Always aim ahead of the ship, no matter what direction they're sailing. If they're sailing backwards, same story. Keep adjusting your aim. Ranger only has one squadron of dive bombers and one squadron of torpedo bombers. However, from Lexington onwards, you will have more squadrons to take care of. Keep that in mind. The farther you progress, the harder it's going to get, but the more damage you're going to be doing if you do it properly. This was Provinces on how to play a carrier, and I'll see you guys next time.